From the city lights to the country blue, Woody and Lou got the sports for you. From Boston streets to Kentucky's fields, get ready, folks, for the thrill it yields. Woody and Lou, sports and you, talking games, we love it's true. Every play, every score, let's dive in, it's time for more. Lacing up the boots and calling plays, debates and laughs for all the days. From Fenway Park to Derby Run, sports talk magic just begun. Woody Lou, sports and you, sideline stories coming through. Every cheer, heartbeat soar, tune in now, we'll give you more. Celtics screams to Wildcats roar, touchdowns, goals, and so much more. Grab a seat, enjoy the ride, Woody Lou right by your side.
The views expressed by the hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Department of Defense, the U.S. government, or any of its agencies. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. No attorney-client relationship is formed by providing this information, and nothing herein should be relied upon as legal counsel. For legal advice specific to your situation, please consult a qualified attorney. Braxton, welcome back. Episode 37, Woody Lou's Sports and You podcast. Welcome back to our award-winning listeners. A rare Wednesday night for us, and we'll get into why we're doing a Wednesday night show. And we mentioned this in pre-production. Yes, we're going head-to-head with NBA Finals Game 1.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought too highly of the Spurs or the Knicks anyway, so why not go head-to-head? We're not in football season, so we can't conflict with Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, so we're going to pick Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I haven't watched any basketball since the Celtics got bounced by the 76ers and Joel Embiid. Trust the process, those frauds. I mean, the Knicks rolled through the Eastern Conference playoffs, that side of the bracket, and then the surprise Spurs, one of the youngest teams to ever make it to the finals, beat the reigning champions in 7 games. You gonna watch the NBA Finals? Do you care about the NBA Finals?
I mean, I was all into the NBA Finals when my Magic looked like they took a 3-game lead on the Pistons, and it looked like the Magic were going to become fully magical as they had a coach on the hot seat. We're about to make it to the next round, and then they gave up a 3-1 lead to the Detroit Pistons. And coach gets fired. We just hired Coach Sweeney. Don't ask me his first name. Haven't figured that out yet. Coach Sweeney just got hired. So once the Magic bowed out, I kind of was off on any NBA. But I do have on Game 1 of the Finals. NBA Finals, in life, you have a lot of connections. And I feel like for me as a kid, every time we'd go on I don't know what's going on the screen right now. Anytime we go on a family vacation, it seemed to line up with the NBA Finals and college girls softball World Series. So that gives me fond memories. And typically those vacations I remember is when the Celtics were rolling with Rondo and Pierce and Perkins and Garnett and Ray Allen. So I'm getting to watch those guys in the finals with some, famous series against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals as well. So it's good to be back.
Yeah. So we'll talk. We can get a little more into NBA Finals. It is a ticker topic if we want to. But I think first, we should probably let each other know and our award-winning listeners. I'm going to be tongue-tied tonight. It's been a while since I've been on the mic. What we've been up to, I think it was probably almost 6-7 weeks ago, was episode 36. A pretty long hiatus. So do you want to start us off, Braxton? What have you been up to?
We were rolling so hot. We were getting so cocky.
We were.
I think episode like 28 through 36 was like we were consistent. A lot of life happened. I know for me, just the transition of about to be out of command and working through that and preparing for a big move up to your neck of the woods, to God's country of Kentucky. That's taking a lot of our time. Obviously, 3 young girls and birthday parties and getting ready for birthdays, and the House of Mouse, still owning every penny that I'll ever have and every penny that I earn. I'm forever in debt to the House of Mouse, so getting plans for that. The mouse owns me, but we have fun. So that's what I've had going on. Just a lot of life, a lot of work, a lot of transition stuff. And I know I can't even talk. The knee rehab PT. How are we coming along? How are you pacing against Patrick Mahomes for Turkey Bowl 2026? Mahomes is already on the field throwing. I have thrown a football with my dad on the beach. I'll say this, Dan. So before my company went to NTC, I had a physical therapy like 2 days before they flew out. And I talked to my physical therapist, and Kaylee doesn't even know this. I was like, hey, I know you wrote this memo saying I'm not allowed to go to NTC because whatever. And if I do and get hurt, then it's not on you, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, we got a strength test today. And I said, well, if I pass this strength test, would you consider amending the order? He said, sure, man. And I said, okay, what's the test? And he said, it's 4 sets of single leg press at 30 reps, 15, 15, 15.
What's weight? Did you say weight?
He did not specify weight,
okay.
But for those counting at home, that's 75 single leg presses. And the lowest weight on the machine was 10 pounds.
Okay.
And I got that for 4 sets of 3 reps, to which he said, I don't think we need to discuss NTC any further. And I didn't have much
12 of 75?
12 of 75. He took my bark. I didn't have much of a place to go from there. But I am happy to report that I've started a new program, kind of showing how broken the Army physical therapy program, the mass programs are. I switched to one-on-one coaching.
Good.
And an A day, B day type deal where, I come in 3 times a week, and the other days I do the workouts at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the same strength test of the 75 leg presses yesterday, and I was able to complete all 75 reps and started at 10 pounds and finished at 25.
Nice.
Nice. So we're trending.
And we do have the Mad Hatter, Mr. Chris Lewis himself, chiming in the chat about your rehab. Movement was very, very limited, according to him, during this throwing session you had at the beach.
Yeah, I'm stiff. And even when I do my, we've been doing RDLs. I have RDLs on both of my days, and
it's Romanian deadlifts for you at home.
Yeah, the therapist I've been working with one-on-one, she's a hoot. I love her. She's big on form, and
sure.
She doesn't like a lot of my form here recently, and she is on me. And she says I have a, cover your ears, an ass problem, because she says I like to unnecessarily stick my ass out whenever I'm doing stuff. And I'm like, well, you're telling me to do 20 things, and my head can't compute, and on my knee, and no, but it's.
We're gonna put that on a T-shirt. Lou has an ass problem.
That's what she says, and I was like, I'm not here for that. I might have to set up another appointment. The TRICARE system, that might take a while, but no, it's every day I feel stronger. I still can't, run or walk down the stairs with my right leg leading, but I'm seeing small improvements.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Golf. Is golf in the equation? The picture soon. What are we targeting for first round of golf?
Is this a transition?
It can be. We haven't really gotten to my update. I was really the one. Should we pause? Put a pin? Okay. Yeah. So for everyone, yes, Lou. He's got 3 daughters, a lot of life, job, but I was a limiting factor. Go ahead.
Look, I want to build you up. I want to lead you into what you.
Yeah, sure.
Dan Woodhouse is some might think that he is just a phenomenal podcast host. Some might think he's just a phenomenal friend or uncle to small children who he's interacted with on very few occasions, but still is the beloved Uncle Dan. But besides, having a strong civilian career and graduating from Notre Dame undergrad in Boston Law, Dan Woodhouse stoked up the courage, strength, and mental fortitude to jump 5 times out of a high performance aircraft. And those words matter
In
because
flight.
not all aircrafts are high performing aircrafts. And he now has an official jump record of 5 static line jump stand. Congratulations.
Thank you, Braxton. And you were a calming presence throughout the 3 weeks of training down at Fort Benning. An insane experience. And what I was getting into, I was the limiting factor for What Do You Lose Sports and You podcast, not airing, as I was TDY for a little over 3 weeks to get my jump wings. It was the craziest thing I have ever done. And I don't know how. What's that?
And how old are you?
I am 37 years young.
37 years young doing that. And that's even more impressive. And that deserves another round of applause.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know how I made it back in one piece without like some sort of catastrophic injury. Every time I came in, pulled the slip, hit the ground, I was like, oh God, and felt my legs, felt my arms, didn't hit my head, and popped up and walked off the DZ all 5 times.
Thankfully we're not a military podcast because we'd have people in here calling us like lame and be like, "Oh, congratulations on your 5 jumps."
Right.
We'll get out of here. So, I remember I went to airborne school when I was 20. Oh my gosh, how old was I? 20. I was a lieutenant, so 24, I believe. Has it been 5 years? Anyway, I think I was 24. And I think I was telling you about how on my first jump, I had my air taken from me. And
Yep.
I rang my whistle pretty good. And I definitely was out on the drop zone. And I couldn't hear for like the rest of that night. I definitely had slight TBI. And I don't guess I ever told this, but I remember, my dad, when he was in the Army, he had deployments and he had back surgery and stuff. And as a kid, I remember one of my friends, he was going to Fort Bragg and his dad was like, "Oh, I can help you guys get to Fort Bragg." And I remember like, "Dad, go to Fort Bragg." And he's like, "Son, I'm on the, only got a couple years to retirement. Like I'm gonna have to go to airborne school." And I remember thinking, like, dude, just go.
Just go.
Now it's like
been done.
And now it's like a 29-year-old with the ACL. I'm just like, dude, I was that's stupid. Like I couldn't even after going through my surgery and stuff, like doing it. I would love to go to an airborne unit, but just like that initial training of like the running and all that stuff, like doing that at your age or like what his age would have been, like that's for the birds. And I definitely would have been in the same boat of like that's not happening.
And it didn't. It was people broke themselves. That we had this one young NCO, like Alex Smith, his leg. He had to get rotary wing off the drop zone.
Yeah, so, I told you that my first night jump, I remember jumping and I was like trying to remember what all the lights on the DZ meant, and I was like I was about to fall on these like lights. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what these lights mean. Then I looked up and I see an ambulance on the drop zone. I was like, well, I know not to hit those lights. So we're gonna knock it. And some dude's bone was out of his leg. And it's funny. It's not funny, but like, during jump week when you form up there in the mornings and you'll be formed up and like ready to run to the shed and all that, and you just see people just crutching through, and you're like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man." Like, because you just got done doing 2 weeks of crazy.
Like all the like other companies and like that building that's like next to the DFAC of just like all the broken recycles that are crutching out. It's like, oh god.
And in the moment, you're like, "Oh, dude, that's soft." And then you get back to reality, you're like, "Yeah, dude, I'm just lucky. Like, it all worked out
Yeah.
for me. It's all luck. Like, you're just blessed to be able to get off there unscathed."
And the Mad Hatter's confirming wanted no part of it at all at that point in my career.
Completely makes sense because once I hit that late stage, like, they were like, "No, I'm good, dude."
I'll tell you what though, like when I was going through it, we did 5 jumps in 3 days. And at one point I'd had like the adrenaline rush of the first one and like floating through the air. But by like the end of the second one, I was like, I don't know if this is for me. Like I don't know if I'm long for the airborne world. But since doing it, I'm like, oh man, I kind of want that feeling again.
Yeah. So you were the same as me, where we had a 4-day.
Yep.
So I did 5 and 3 as well. You know, when you're there, you start drinking the Kool-Aid, and you're right. Like it's one of those things where like, all right, I'm gonna go to an airborne unit because I want to jump. And the thing about jumping is like it takes so much to get suited up to do it. But once the 60 seconds of thrill,
Yeah.
like you could ride that high for like a good bit, assuming it's a safe thing.
The whole like stand up, hook up, like it like just.
But once you hit that door, like, you could run through a wall. Like you're
Yeah.
like, and you know, when you take a step back, you're like, I'm getting paid to mindlessly. I don't have to be an officer or an NCO or like, I just have to worry about handing this thing off, hitting a hard left or right turn, and jumping out a door, and that's fun to get paid to do that.
I know we're not a military podcast, but we do have, you know, our military experience. And this is a setup. This is a straw man. I have another fair or foul coming down, but I just thought of this one. Fair or foul. After graduation on Thursday, they ran my platoon down to the harness shed to clean it up and do equipment inventory.
That's foul. And I would say you probably had like the unfortunate situation where a commander might have been like close to changing out or something, because I remember us doing like, after our last jump was a night jump. Dude, like our last night was a night jump, and it was like, hey, be here at 6 for graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't ever remember doing any type of detail. Or maybe you guys just didn't have a lot of dudes from like the holdover company or something that could do it for you. But that's definitely foul, and I feel bad for you.
Like it was our last jump was combat night jump. And we had to report at the company area 6:30 for graduation. I think graduation was at like 11 maybe. And then like people were pissed. People were so, I know you were trying to come down, totally understood that, you know, 4-day Memorial Day. But if you had been there and they ran me down to the harness shed for 2 hours, I would have been furious.
Well, I would have just went down there and videotaped you just like on a detail.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think you're, that time it's like PCS season. I bet the commander was changing out.
Yeah, that's weird. We didn't have to do any of that.
But that's like, I think very foul to when you should be released after graduation.
Give me my jump record and my certificate so I can roll. My jump record, of which I couldn't tell you where that thing lives. It was in DTMS, but DTMS got sunset, so I don't know if I even have on record anything.
What is the new? Is it just Vantage now? Like, what is the new DTMS?
It's ATIS that is.
Oh, yep, heard of that.
But yeah, I might not have. I might get.
It might have been lost in that that migration.
No clue where it's at. 0.
Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. I guess we could, like, the next ticker topic is where I'm going. And another reason why we're doing a Wednesday show is because tomorrow I am driving up to my 15-year college reunion on the beautiful campus of University of Notre Dame, class of 2011.
God, that's awesome. You know, and if you saw the thumbnail, you saw all the folks that Dan's gonna be hanging out with up in Notre Dame. We're excited for that. You know, I've always bordered Indiana, being in Kentucky, and outside of, I guess, Belterra, I've never really gone into Indiana in some like softball tournaments, maybe right across the river. But now that we're moving to Kentucky, I want to go to South Bend and experience it with you.
Oh, we need to go to a game next season.
And 15-year, that's awesome. I just had my 5-year back in 24. So to think that year 2 reunions up on me makes me feel a little young, which is good because I've been feeling old lately. But you bringing up Notre Dame has a bone that I want to pick with
Sure.
you. A fair or foul for the listeners.
Okay. Oh, we're getting some good fair or fouls today.
My coworker.
Yes.
He's from Georgia and he's a Georgia fan. The front of his house, he has a Georgia flag. In the back of his house, he has a Notre Dame flag, and he claims dual fanship of Georgia and Notre Dame, and has freely admitted that in the past couple of seasons, obviously with the college football playoff expansion, it has complicated his thing, but he says when Georgia and Notre Dame play, he is for both teams equally. He would just be slightly happier if Georgia won, but he watches the games with no cares at all. And I want your opinion on if that is fair or foul.
So I want to break this down. Mm-hmm. It is fair to have two teams. I've been on record, I think, before on this podcast saying that you are allowed to have, like, no matter where you go to school, but your state's flagship university as your team. You can claim that as your team. So he is totally fair to claim Georgia, and then you definitely get your alma mater. So for me, like, it's Notre Dame. I would say, like, state team, UConn, even though I know from Massachusetts, but my dad went to UConn, so that would be like my other team for football. As far as Notre Dame goes, I mean, the Catholic Church is only one of two Catholic universities that have a Division I football program.
He's not Catholic, for the record.
I'm biased, but still fair. Anyone and everyone can claim Notre Dame as their team. That's just, Notre Dame is college football. What's foul, you gotta pick it when they play each other. You can't have both sides of the coin.
So, and you saying, Notre Dame and UConn, no hit on UConn because they are obviously, I guess they're FBS now. That's like me with like Kentucky and the Citadel. Citadel's it's reversed where my alma mater is the lower level, and so I agree with that. Especially if you go to a school like in my example, you go to FCS school. Like, I think you're allotted a D1.
Oh yeah,
FBS program. I think it's foul, grossly foul, what he is doing. But what I will say in his defense is, he knew that Kenny Minchie was their backup quarterback and he was quarterback in Kentucky. So, like, he knows both. It's not like a casual thing, which, like, that takes some dedication.
And Matt Hatter is adamantly against this.
Oh, he hates it. I bet he's having a stroke.
He is right now. Very clear. Unauthorized, unless spouse or kid attended. Unauthorized.
Okay, so he brought up the spouse attended. Okay. So, before I get to that, I stalked his Facebook, and he has pictures of his daughter from when, 10 years ago in Notre Dame cheerleading outfits, but none of her in Georgia cheerleading outfits, but he still claims Georgia is number one.
That's a recency thing. Now they started winning again under Kirby Smart. That's what I'm
expecting. The cheerleading photos were posted during Mark Richt's latter years.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and then your dad's also saying it has to be at different level, college/pro. I don't. It's kind of a different topic, but
I think he maybe meant, for your example, which I would argue, if you're a fan of UConn football, you get another team. They don't count as full on FBS.
So you're saying, like, if you're from situation. If you're from Georgia, you can't claim two nationally ranked teams.
Well, let me get to that.
Okay.
Because I have an announcement. I want to tease this announcement.
Oh, you love the theater of the build-up.
Well, and the Mad Hatter's comment really helped, and this wasn't planned, and I appreciate him being an active commenter. When he said, family or spouse, whatever. So obviously my spouse went to Alabama.
Roll Tide.
So, and I assist in making tuition, student loan payments to Alabama. I assisted in the paying of her lifetime alumni membership to Alabama, which I get benefits from the University of Alabama for my donation.
Sure.
So I donate to that University of Alabama, is what you could say. I'm a low level booster. If you really want to break it down, I'm a low level booster.
I'd say the lowest of levels, but sure.
Still a boost. I boost
Still
the
a
program
booster.
financially.
Still a booster.
Thank you, Your Honor. But here's the problem, though, Dan.
Sure.
Kentucky plays Alabama week 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you could say, and this is a great time for the back door to be locked. I'm going to tease this for one more second.
We got a break-in. Fort Stewart, Georgia. What's going on?
So, and Kaylee walked in just for this announcement.
Good.
So with everything I just said, is as far as that, I'm a booster to the University of Alabama, and obviously I'm a Kentucky fan, and I have the Citadel, which is my alma mater, which they're FCS, so we're going to put them apart. I have 2 FBS teams. You could say, hey, Kentucky, obviously childhood, Alabama for the fact that my financial contributions to the success of their program and my wife being a graduate. But there's a problem, and that problem is Kentucky plays Alabama week 2.
Yes.
And like my issue with my coworker is when 2 teams play, if you claim to like both of them and you're fine with the outcome, it's just like having 2 quarterbacks. You have no quarterback, you have no team. And that's foul. And with the fact that they play week 2 in Will Stein's first premier home game against an SEC opponent, and Kalen DeBoer historically plays terrible in his first true road games this season against an FBS program with a heartbeat, and the fact that I can't cheer for both teams, I have officially denounced Alabama as my backup team.
Officially denounced.
I'm officially denouncing
Permanently.
because Kentucky is going to beat Alabama week 2 at Gigi's birthday party in the Orange Lot, which I heard Uncle Dan will be a part of.
Yes.
And I'm going to take this a step further, Dan. Since you are such a good friend, you have already announced that you'll be attending Gigi's birthday party in the Orange Lot in your Kentucky gear.
Sure.
And since I am denouncing my secondary fandomship of the University of Alabama, there is a gap that needs to be filled.
Yes.
And like my first sergeant, and like my awesome co-host Woody, I am officially announcing here live on episode 37 that I'm filling my secondary fandom with the University of Notre Dame. And there's one small clause in this contract that has to be fulfilled to have the secondary fandom.
Okay.
Much like this 47 brand Alabama or Atlanta Brave hat, when you go up to South Bend, Indiana for your reunion this weekend, I will Venmo you, and I will Venmo you shipping or whatever it costs, but I need you to procure a 47 brand or legacy brand, whichever your college uses. Same idea. Navy blue Notre Dame hat.
I can do that. Navy blue hat with gold lettering?
Yes. And bonus points if it's the navy blue with the green outline stitch.
Okay.
But no, navy blue, white with the gold etching on the Notre Dame. Perfect.
Do you want so you want that classic, like the monogram gold ND? Like you don't want like Irish, the script, the leprechaun?
I want OG ND. You tell me how much it costs. I will send you a Venmo and get that in my possession. And I think it's only appropriate that I choose Notre Dame since Kentucky's going to beat Alabama. We don't play Notre Dame. And if we do play Notre Dame, things have gone crazy right for us.
Yeah.
And Kenny Minchie, our starting quarterback, is the Irish.
Exactly.
It's a common sense move that I am so happy to announce here on episode 37.
I agree. It's a common sense move, but you're getting a lot of hate in the chat right now from your wife. We're getting roll tide, baby. This drama, eye roll. You sleep on the couch tonight? ? This is insane.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Strong words.
Mad Hatter. Can't get behind this. And Miss Amy Lewis, bless your heart.
And I'll go a step further, Dan. I'm in a money spending mood. Since I'm already paying money for a hat and shipping and handling. I am prepared if you find a QR code or a donation link while on campus at Notre Dame to send that my way, and I'll become a Notre Dame booster so that you can't say that I'm not a booster to this program, which I support.
If you do that, you'll have donated more money than I have donated to my alma mater.
$5 is $5, and it could be the difference.
And Notre Dame, Office of Investments, Scott Malpass, that money will be invested well.
And next question is my donation to Notre Dame, does that count towards my percentage tithes and offerings to my local church?
Sure.
Sure.
I think you can do that. I think you can double dip. Aw. Gigi's an Irish fan. Go Irish.
If Gigi goes to Notre Dame, then I'm a proud father because a lot of things have gone right in her academic career.
We can make that happen.
I mean, we know who can write the letter of recommendation, and we know who can help smooth things over with admission.
The Mad Hatter. Might as well call him the Pontiff himself.
I mean,
your father's not behind this at all.
I would think me choosing Notre Dame as my secondary team this year would also be me supporting my starting quarterback at Kentucky.
I think so.
Because he obviously has no ill will towards Notre Dame. He needed playing time. He went there. He contributed on the field. He was part of a successful season.
Got a great education. Got coached up. Absolutely.
I'm all for it. So
I'm happy for him going to Kentucky and get an opportunity.
I just want to I feel like it's a very symbiotic relationship that I'm proud to be a part of, and I'm glad we could partner here live on air.
I'm excited. I can't wait to go to the bookstore. I'm going to put a hurting into my bank account at the Notre Dame bookstore.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I went to watch the Citadel play at Georgia Tech last weekend, and I went to the bookstore, and a couple things. One, the Citadel's bookstore sucks. And I went there for actual books as a student, but as an alumni going there for merch, it sucks. And just going into Georgia Tech, which also that's also an academic school, but the amount of gear they had so much gear. And I bought a hat that I'm not wearing right now. It's the one with the yellow jacket. It's sick. I just love a good bookstore, and I don't think there's any school I could go into that I wouldn't buy something from their bookstore, barring Louisville, Duke, and Tennessee. There's only 3 schools I wouldn't buy something from their bookstore. Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to show you Notre Dame's bookstore. It's massive. Like the main bookstore is massive, 2 floors. I don't know how many square feet, but then they have a satellite bookstore down the street at like the Eddy Street Commons, which is like an apartment like development, but there's like a bunch of restaurants and stuff. So there's a satellite official bookstore there.
Overflow lot.
Yep.
That's a dream.
Yeah. There's so much good merch. And even oh my goodness, I forgot about the Notre Dame golf course, the Warren Country Club, where the varsity team plays, hosted the 2016 U.S. Senior Open, I want to say. Beautiful clubhouse. It has specific ND golf merch. It's awesome.
Now, I need to be clear about something as we enter this partnership.
Sure.
I'd prefer you send me a picture prior to purchase.
Yep.
If unable to, or I don't respond, obviously don't let that be what keeps you. Don't go and buy me a New Era brand hat. That's automatic no-go.
Okay.
Just so if you find yourself in a situation where we can't maintain communications, no 47 Era. Legacy or 47.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got Legacy.
Legacy is kind of the new hotness. That's what the Citadel rocks, what Georgia Tech had.
Yeah.
And the logo. But the logo. I'm excited. And it'd be crazy if after Kentucky beat Alabama week 2, we could find a game in South Bend that would support us going up there together to watch them play. I would love to see touchdown Jesus.
That'd be great. Oh, if I swing through.
And it's very rich. It's very rich for Kaylee, and I think you said my dad, to hate on this decision, because I feel like almost hating on the idea of being a Notre Dame fan is an attack on Jesus himself, as he fully supports the football program there.
Yeah, I think that's it's a fair take. And then your dad is asking, does this fandom exist just during football season?
I mean,
Gigi's concerned by that silence.
well, it's a hard question. I guess you could say, maybe not, and then now I can have an NIT team as well.
I don't even know if they're making the NIT. What's like that CAA or CBB
The CAA.
tournament, like the real farm league of the
one that
basketball
the Citadel
tournaments?
made back in '82.
I'd say what we got going for us, basketball isn't there. We made the lacrosse national championships. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lacrosse is pretty good.
And my new team, just so I'm correct, we're Big Ten and everything but football, correct?
ACC.
ACC.
Yes.
That's fine. That's fine. That's what I thought. You should be big. We should be Big Ten. I think I said Big Ten because the common sense thing is we should be Big Ten.
Oh yeah. They're in hockey, Big Ten hockey. But you're right. They should. It makes most logical sense. But back in the early 20th century, a man by the last name of Yost, the athletic director for the University of Michigan, was a bigot and anti-Catholic and refused to allow the entrance of Notre Dame into the Big Ten. So that's why Notre Dame will never join the Big Ten, because of their history of bigotry and anti-papacy.
Was a bigot, anti. That tracks based on my experience with people with the last name Yost. That tracks, so no shocker there. And which makes me even happier to be a Notre Dame fan, and it furthers my hatred towards Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan is
this
not
is
a good
the best
place.
decision I've ever made.
Oh, you're getting more shade from. Wow, the Mad Hatter's on fire tonight. Kaylee Lucky Charms, his new favorite cereal. He doesn't know the conference. I'm throwing the challenge flag on you, Braxton.
Doesn't know I knew they were independent in football, and I also knew they were Big Ten in hockey. I was unaware of their current ACC affiliation. I was getting confirmation. Gigi says bye.
Bye, Gigi. Sleep well.
So there's no challenge flag. You could argue that I knew the conference that they were the least affiliated with, but still maintain official affiliation. So that's kind of getting in the weeds with my fandom there.
You're good on your feet, reacting to contact there, Braxton.
And the funny thing is you never know. Me and Kaylee are Cath curious, at least. So,
well, your girls, right? They're going to start at a Catholic school.
Well, it's a Christian private school, but depending on location when we move, it could become Catholic.
Sure.
And the Mad Hatter, who knows if me and Kaylee get confirmed to the Catholic church, and that day I wore my Notre Dame tie, that'd be something. Hard to deny that.
Those are the monogram ties, like the Vineyard Vine monogram ties, are pretty sweet.
I'm sure that I can get that at the bookstore when we go to watch them play this year.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So yeah, I'm excited. That's this weekend. It's I think it's going to be a pretty it's a good turnout. I got a good crew of buddies that I know are going, staying in the dorms, which I'm excited for. But I think this is historically one of the least attended reunions, just because at this point, like, a lot of people have like young kids, so it's hard to get away. And then a lot of relationships at Notre Dame, like, so it's dual. Same class, a lot of marriages, so it's hard.
I mean, in my 15th college reunion, I'll have kids in college, so I'll be in the opposite end of that space. I'll definitely be there. I won't have anything to do but go to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I had my unit ball on Saturday,
right.
And I didn't like overindulge, but I was mixing a lot of stuff,
Sure.
beer, wine at the table, grog.
You had wine at the table at your ball, because at our ball that was a bridge too far. I didn't get to eat at my ball that I had to pay $200 to go to.
You had to pay $200 for it?
$100 for me and my spouse.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I would have had. Yeah, if I had brought a date, I would have had to have paid that.
But we didn't have wine at the table, nor when it was our time to go eat, was there food left over for me.
That's terrible.
So I'm sorry. I'm just hating on my unit.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
And it wasn't in downtown Nashville either.
Yeah, it was downtown Nashville. I felt terrible on Sunday. I could not move. So I think I'm gonna do my best to stick to beer at this reunion. I think if I do that, I should be okay. And Miss Amy Lewis agrees. Dan, after 35, you can't mix liquor. I know. I do it anyway. I can't help myself.
You just got that dog in him. You can't help himself. No, it's exciting. I've been feeling old. This isn't me putting you down. It's just life's coming fast, and like I know my tenure will be soon. I my XO went to the Citadel and he graduated in 2024, and I just got a new lieutenant in my company who graduated college in 2025, which means she was like a sophomore when we were in Poland.
I mean, she was born when I was.
Yeah, don't do that, Matt.
In high school.
And my XO, he comes into the office the other day and he's like he's like kind of just moving a little different, and I was like, what why are you peacocking? He's like, oh sir, I just I saw one of my youngins I had to raise up at the gas station. And I was like, who'd you see? Like, did you see your mentee, like your knob when you were a senior? He's like, no, he's still in college. I was like, well, who'd you see that's making you feel like? I didn't know if like his parents fostered when he was a kid.
Yeah.
The way he was talking. This kid who was a year below me at the Citadel, I saw him, and I was like, kind of, teaching him up. I was like, oh, you feel like an uncle now because you saw a kid who graduated a year after you. He's like, yeah. And I was like, you realize, like, for me to be in that same situation, or for you to be in that same situation right now that I am with you, like, the kid's still like in middle school. It's like, shut up. And he was like, no, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
that's foul on your lieutenant there.
Yeah, I was like, dude, shut up. Like, I don't even want to hear it. And I had a dude getting out of the Army today. He's in my office, and he's talking about all these things he's going to go do, and he looks older. And he was like, yeah, my birthday's coming up. I was like, oh, cool, dude, my birthday's coming up too. Like, when's yours? He's like, Sunday. He's like, my wife's trying to plan something for me. I was like, dude, my wife's trying to plan. Kaylee's trying to go to the House of Mouse this weekend, and for my birthday. And I was like, yeah, dude, my wife's trying to plan something too. And
this 30? Right? Is this 30th birthday?
29 for me, 30 for Kaylee in July.
Nice.
And I was like, how old are you turning, dude? I thought he was like 32. He's like, oh, I'm turning 26. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm like, what is happening? Like, I'm older than everybody. Like, I felt like yesterday I was younger than everybody. Now I'm older than everybody. So it's coming at you quick.
Yeah, it does. It does. But I say this, I feel better at 37 than I did at 27.
I love that.
Just don't mix liquor. I could do that at 27. Can't do that now.
Yeah, I'm about to see if it works or not. Let you know.
Yeah. So tough transition segue, but should we get into the sports? We talked about Woody and Lou. How about we move into the sports of Woody, Lou, Sports, and You? And I have on the ticker NFL free agency and MLB season update takes on the season so far. I'm gonna let dealer's choice, Braxton. Which one do you want to go with?
We'll start with our leading title, NFL free agency.
Yeah.
The one that I know the least about.
I got to put my notes.
That's gonna be a good algorithm grab for people who are really mad at the free agency and they want to know what's going on. But
I'm really trying to work the algorithm.
Yeah. The only thing I'm tracking in NFL free agency is AJ Brown to the Patriots, which is good for you. Nothing like adding a locker room cancer to a team who just had the biggest offseason scandal with their coach having an affair.
He's one of Vrabel's guys. Like, he's all about Vrabel. Like, I think, and
he's one of Mike Vrabel's guys that Vrabel was too chicken, you know what, to tell Amy, the owner, that maybe we shouldn't trade this guy for Treylon Burks for the 17th pick in the 22 draft. Treylon Burks, who ended up having like a career 400 receiving yards. Anyway, so that's his guy. But yeah, I think it's good for the Patriots to come off a runner-up season in the Super Bowl to have the biggest offseason scandal in football with their head coach having an affair, and then getting the guy who is known as the biggest locker room cancer in the NFL. That's a good move. And I'm also tracking that Myles Garrett was picked up by the LA Rams, which has now enticed Aaron Donald to light a fire and come back, which I didn't know Aaron Donald stepped away from football. So that was news to me.
I want to say 2 years ago. Is that
I had no
confirmed?
idea.
It was just like a post of him like working out with like hey, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. But is that I don't think that's confirmed.
If you would have put a gun to my head, I would have told you Aaron Donald played last year. So I obviously am out of the loop on that.
No. Other big news was Drake London re-signing with the Atlanta Falcons, 4 years, $141 million, $100 million guaranteed.
I feel like
which I thought would be the. Go ahead.
He gets $100 million, and I don't think he's ever gotten more than 12 points for me in fantasy, and I've had him like the last 3 years.
You should tweet at him. Oh, yeah. Quick segue. We didn't. This is also part of the title. Your social media detox. You cannot tweet at Drake London. Can you explain this? I'm shocked.
Yeah, I was sitting there on the toilet, and
nice.
You know, my I think it was my dad, and made a comment about how long it takes me to use the restroom because of my phone, and
okay.
I found myself, on Twitter's my addiction.
Yes.
And if I had to say what I was addicted to as far as like the phone goes, is Twitter. So he said it, and it just I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna delete it. So I deleted Twitter, deleted Instagram. I retained Facebook mainly for Marketplace because I love checking out Marketplace. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram. I've been sober for like I don't even know, maybe 3 weeks now.
That's good. I'm happy you did that because there's been a higher rate of hemorrhoids from people sitting on the toilet too long on their phones. So that's good for your health. However, how do you respond to us trying to build a podcast on social media, a fledgling podcast of 27 subscribers, and you delete your social media? How do you respond to that, Braxton?
I thought about this.
I'm happy you did. I might have as a consideration when you decided to do this.
This was a consideration. And in my mind, the results of me being off of social media as far as being a better husband and father, and more attentive husband and father at home, would translate to when I did bring this concern up to Kaylee, our producer. It would motivate her even more to figure out how to do Instagram Reels for us, because I no longer have the facilities to conduct that.
I like that.
So I thought it was also a chess play of it would put you and her in a corner of having to figure it out because you don't want to mess up with my sobriety. So it was really, I figured, next man up mentality, and that we would have the next man up, and that you would pick up my slack in support of my mental health and my family and my children.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's definitely not foul. I did, in Poland, you had a problem. You had a real problem with the Twitter. I know this firsthand. It's bad.
Yeah. I had to get off of it. I couldn't stop.
Well, I think that's good.
And you know what has gone down is
hemorrhoids?
My disdain for Matt Jones. I don't dislike Matt Jones as much because I can't see what he's saying.
Okay. You still listening?
Now, okay. I listened last Friday, and I went to listen yesterday, and Matt wasn't on the podcast or on the show because he had a last-second medical thing, which I think he was at Game 1 of the Stanley Cup because he's a Hurricanes fan. And I'm a notable longtime Knights fan. But I turned it off because they just made me mad, and I think they've gotten too big for their britches, and I don't think they're any better than us, but they may have a lot more money in their bank accounts and a lot more I don't want to say state, a bit larger market, obviously. So I turned it off in solidarity, and I don't really care what they do because it's not my business, and I'm a fan how I want to fan, and they don't talk about Notre Dame enough on the show anyway for me to continue to listen.
Hey, that's a good defense. I'm proud of you. I think it's gonna be a good thing for you. And yeah, I'll do my best to step it up, as you said. But no, yeah, that was in the title, and yeah, I was telling you to like tweet at Drake London. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be telling you to tweet at anyone. So you won't tweet at Drake London. But when I heard that number, I thought that was the most ever guaranteed money for a wide receiver. And I kind of like 100 million, like that kind of blew my mind. But he's actually tied for fourth. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 120 million guaranteed. Jamar Chase, 112 million guaranteed. And then shockingly, Justin Jefferson, 110 million guaranteed.
Justin Jefferson was a potential play. No, I mean, good for him. I know that I swore myself off of Drake London this past year in fantasy, and I said I will never draft him again after drafting him in the last 3 seasons. So, yeah, good for him.
Yeah. As a Patriots fan, very excited to get A.J. Brown, new QB1. Storyline, Stephon Diggs, I'm tracking, is still unsigned. He was acquitted of his abuse of his cook. So I'm curious if the Patriots might re-sign him and run it back at maybe a more team-friendly deal.
I hope they do because when I was bringing up how your coach had the biggest offseason drama and biggest distraction from the program, and then signing the biggest locker room cancer in the NFL, I even forgot to mention Stephon Diggs, who during your playoff push had pending domestic violence charges against him, or I think there were DV charges. They might have been.
Well, I mean, a home, but it was his like personal like chef, so it wasn't like
I saw the text messages. And they didn't make him look great as someone who you'd want to be a star of your program. So yeah.
Yeah, not a criminal, not convicted, but the text messages like just not a very good employer.
No, and you guys have a history of Aaron Hernandez, a great tight end history. Yeah, good for y'all. Robert Kraft, massage party, a lot going on there.
Robert Kraft's constitutional rights were violated by I don't know if it was Maricopa or whatever county. They violated his Fourth Amendment right, the Constitution that we swore an oath to protect and uphold and defend. So you remember that, Braxton.
I was just saying.
Okay.
You're right.
I'm just saying.
I don't want to get myself in trouble here.
Nope.
The Bucks look good, if you care.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They do look good.
Really
Odell Beckham Jr. back with the Giants. The Giants signed like every over 34, 33-year-old wide receiver on the market.
Well, they extended Show and their general manager, who Kaylee wants to marry, which I thought was a bonehead move, but good for them. They're still going to be the Giants.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the NFL is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun season. Rams, naturally, are the overwhelming favorites to win the Super Bowl. I think if they get Aaron Donald back, yeah, might as well lock that one up. You think he's going to be? You think he will be back?
No. No.
So now to a sport that I think we're more passionate about, MLB, and it is the tale of two teams, with your Braves being the best in baseball and the Red Sox are just absolute basement dwellers right now.
I've never seen a team who is, for all statistical accounts, the best team in the league be worse than the Atlanta Braves. To have, I don't know if this game tonight is over. We were winning. Let's see real quick before I get an accurate update. We're at 41. We were 41-20 before tonight. First team to 30 wins. I think we're first team to 20, 30, and 40. And right now we're beating the Blue Jays 7-2, division rival for you. We're so good, but watching the games, and I think the Mad Hatter would agree with this. Like, I get so upset, and it goes back to the whole reason I'm a Buccaneers fan, and the whole reason I made that transition is our GM, our handling of rosters is so poor. Our catcher situation um, when we dropped Jonah Heim, who Gold Glove winner 2 years ago, we dropped him to welcome back Sean Murphy, who after 2 games would do an absolutely jack anything, gets re-injured, and we pull up Chadwick Trump, and we signed the Leone dude who was hitting a buck 20 in the minors, and we still don't have Sean Murphy. We don't have Jonah Heim either, and then you have 2 shortstops playing phenomenal baseball. And then Hai Song Kim, who are paying $20 million for, he gets rehab. We call him back up. Hai Song Kim is hitting. You want to know what Hai Song Kim is hitting since he got called up like a month ago?
Oh.
104, Dan.
Ooh.
So you got Hai Song Kim hitting a stellar 104. That's 104, and he had a hit tonight. Instead of your Dubons and your Mateos, who were playing just great baseball. Our management sucks, but somehow, even without our starters and without our pitchers, we're 41-20. So if we win the World Series, I can confidently say I've never seen a worse team win the World Series and also have 110 wins. It's gonna be crazy.
I like the Braves they're kind of my NL team. I mean, they were the Boston Braves before they were the Milwaukee Braves. There is historic rivalry between them and the Red Sox, but of the NL teams, I like the Braves. So I'm happy that they're at the top of the league, whereas the Red Sox, Braxton, I mean, we talked during like the World Baseball Classic. I was so high on this team, and I thought they were going to be, at the top of the division, making a run to the ALCS, and I was, for me, like the low was ALCS. They were making the ALCS. This team, Braxton, they're the only. It's about to change, hopefully. Right now they are up 8-1 in the bottom of the 8th against the Orioles. But they are currently the only team that has not reached the 10 win mark at home. So they have 9 wins at home this season. So of how many games have been played? 50.
About 60.
About 60. Yeah, 59 games. So this is the 60th game. They've only won 9 at home. And fired Alex Cora. I think there has been improvement. The interim manager Chad Tracy was brought up from the Worcester Red Sox. He's been 15-17. Alex Cora was 10-17 before he was fired. But this, I mean, they bolstered the rotation. The rotation has been pretty solid. Some real like strides being made from their young pitchers like Peyton Tolley and Connolly Early. Peyton Tolley has a 2.61 ERA in 41 innings pitched. But what's so frustrating is like the cornerstones of their team, Garrett Crochet, Roman Anthony, Garrett Whitlock, all on the injury list. And there's no pop to this team. They're not scoring runs, and the pitching is just inconsistent. Other than Aroldis Chapman, the bullpen has been pretty atrocious. Not holding on to like tie games or close leads. They're not fun to watch.
That's always the worst, and we've been pretty lucky. And I guess I gotta say this with a grain of salt, because like if it's your team, the guys. But I feel like since I kind of converted from being a Texas Rangers fan at age 13 to a Braves fan, in solidarity with my father, who is now attacking my fandom of the Fighting Irish. They always had electric teams. Like I go straight into like Ladder Chipper, the Uptons, Stan Ugla, um, all those guys, and they've always had notable names. And I guess the issue is, we've underperformed instead of overperformed with less talent.
Mm-hmm.
And the Red Sox was in that same boat until like the recent years, and now like not saying they're no names that are not good, but you have a bunch of just dudes with some young talent and some older talent, i.e., Rollis Chapman being your best bullpen piece, and it's like if they don't put it together, then we're on deck for like a 82 win season, and no one's having fun. We're getting fired, and then by the way, we're competing directly with the Yankees and the Blue Jays, who are crushing it, and then the Tampa Bay Rays, who same model
top
as
of the
Red Sox,
division, yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays, who never have anybody that absolutely crushing it. So it's really just like a bad spot to be, and it's not fun.
But what's crazy, and this is just like the state of baseball and how bad the AL is, like the Red Sox are only 4 games back in the wild card race from that second wild card. Like that's what's like crazy.
Well, the American League, there's definitely, I think if you could get odds on who wins the World Series this year, like all the money's going National League between the Braves and the Dodgers. But I'm interested to see, with this proposed salary cap for next season, which I am knocking on wood and praying to the baseball gods doesn't result in a lockout or we don't have baseball next year. But if it doesn't result in a lockout and they somehow agree to this salary cap, like what the Yankees are like $100-something million over the salary cap right now, so might see a little more fairness across the board. But it's also a really bad year for them to go into this argument. Now the Braves spend a ton of money, and I'm not sure how far over they are the salary cap. But in the year that you're trying to get a salary cap, because really it was, let's face it, the Dodgers and the Yankees. Yankees aren't crushing it, and the Dodgers, they're the second best team in baseball. They're still not the best team. I think this offseason is going to be unique, and I've already committed now. If there is a lockout, I'm going all in, even deeper on college baseball. Now the Citadel's coming off a SoCon championship and a regional appearance. I'm going to go all in college baseball. And you know what, Dan? I haven't been to a true ACC, I know the conference of my team, baseball game. It would be awesome if maybe we could find ourselves at a Notre Dame Louisville series next year.
Oh, that'd be a blast. Oh, that'd be so much fun. I mean the ACC, like, great baseball. During my Bullock, I went to UVA, University of Virginia. Their stadium's awesome. Those were really fun games. And I'm just whacked my microphone. And I think this has to go with the whole like the drive line and launch angle. Like this is the first time I've really looked at the Red Sox statistics. And this is why they're not fun to watch, because they have Wilyer Abreu is batting 280. That's the highest average. Like the closest to 3. Oh, I guess Wilson Contreras, he's 281. But everyone else, 222, 222, 206, 186, 219, 250.
Your leadoff batter hitting 207.
It's just like, that's not fun.
No.
That's not fun.
No, it's not. And I hate that for you because the Red Sox deserve better.
Yeah. And last year was fun because like the guys were called up, like Marcel Mayer, Roman Anthony. Let's see, Marcel Mayer, OPS 582. Roman Anthony, OPS 675. It's just like there was so much hope. And I don't know, the Red Sox, I think getting Core out of there was the right move for this like young core, because he was doing stupid things like sticking by Trevor Story, he is terrible.
He
was hurt.
I have a baseball question I want to ask you, but I want to get Mad Hatter's input too. So Mad Hatter, can we get a life check in the comments to make sure that you hear this?
See.
Is Mad Hatter alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He says 72 Bravos, catcher situation is a Geritol convention. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so here's a question I have for you and Mad Hatter.
Okay.
Now, did you didn't play like high school baseball, did you?
I played through my sophomore year, and then I fucked up my. Oh, excuse me, Miss Patsy. I want to put dollar. I messed up my elbow, and didn't make the JV team into going to junior year.
All right, so we're gonna have two different answers here. No, I posed this question to my college buddy when we were in Atlanta watching the game, and I'm gonna pose that question to you and Dad, and feel free to answer it 100% honestly.
Okay.
At your age right now.
Yep.
So you're 37.
Yep.
Dad's 38. I'm sure. At your current age, let's say. I'll pick a random school for this at lower level. Let's say the Eastern Kentucky baseball team says, "Hey, Dan. Hey, Mad Hatter. We here as the Eastern Kentucky Colonels are looking for a designated hitter to hit sixth in our lineup every single game this season. Your full job will be to play baseball for us. We will compensate you the exact amount of money you're currently making. You'll be able, so like money's not an issue. You don't have to worry about finances. It's like your job is to be the six-hole hitter for the Eastern Kentucky Colonels.
Okay.
You have to go to practice, but even if you have a day where you're really sore, like you can cut some reps and take a practice off. You're still you're not losing your job. You're hitting every day. The only time you're not in the lineup is if you voluntarily ask for a day off.
Okay.
A full season. College baseball plays a ton of games. Call it 70 games. I don't know if it's 70, 65. What's your batting average as a six-hole hitter playing every day?
Oh God, it's not. I'm not above the Mendoza line.
What do you genuinely think it is?
37. I'm not. So my issue was, I was like Willie Mays in Major League. So I was put the ball in play. I was fast. I used to be fast. I'm not fast.
Well, here's what I'll say too. Like you start now. Like you would start off-season training in fall ball. It's not like you just show up to the first game.
Okay.
Like your full focus every day will be training to be their six-hole hitter starting today for next season. What's your batting?
I probably bat like 133.
133?
Yeah.
With like a 300 OPS?
Not even.
Has Mad Hatter responded?
No, he's giving me a hard time for using a naughty word.
All right, there's a delay, so we'll see.
Is that touchdown Jesus approved? It is not.
Now he's taking shots. He was saving that one after we made that comment.
Yeah. I'll do something when I go to Notre Dame to atone.
So 133. So let's say
what did you say?
Well, hold on. Let's do.
You were a better baseball player than me.
Let's do some math here real quick.
Okay.
How many games in college baseball season? 56-game regular season. So we'll just do regular season. Oh, I was right. Postseason runs from 65 to 75. We'll call it 60.
Okay.
So let's call it 60 games. Let's say you average 4 at-bats a game.
Sure.
So that's 240 plate appearances. So 240, 133. What is that, like 20 hits?
Nah, you're the one running the math.
No. That would be 30 hits is 125. So call it, you'd have 32 hits out of 240 is what you're saying.
Yes.
You think you get 32 hits?
No. No, I do not.
I'm just asking. I'm not trying to dissuade you. I'm just curious. So 32, just so you make an educated response, that'd be 32 hits out of 240 plate appearances.
No, 20. I'll get 20 hits.
20 hits?
Yeah.
So you would hit .083.
Yeah, that's probably right. Your father says, as I stand now, 125 with 2 dingers and a 275 on base percentage.
So he's taking some walks and some hit by pitches.
I'll definitely lean into a few.
I'll say this about Dad. I think that's probably accurate, and I would go as far as say 10 years ago, I bet he's hitting above 200.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, that's a fun game. I was
That
just
was
curious.
fun. That's good. I mean, it made me feel like pretty pathetic, but it was fun.
Now, when I was talking to my buddy, because I'm a left-handed hitter,
Mm.
right? And I was telling him my number could go several ways because I was a much better hitter than anything else. Like hitting was the thing that kept me relevant to a degree. My average in counts would be so much higher than any other count because once I was like behind an account, I think at that level, like if someone had me 01, I would be such a head case that like
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I'd be a head case. So like
That doesn't
if
surprise me though.
like I would always be sitting first pitch. I think I'd have to be, and I'd be sitting first pitch, but I'm only sitting first pitch fastball. So if it's anything but a fastball first pitch, I'm praying it's a ball.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
I'm parking my truck on a fastball first pitch, and hopefully if it's off speed, it's a ball, and then if I'm 1-0 count, my approach is always me. There might be times where I strike out on 3 straight sliders.
Ooh, you're getting some compliments. Your dad is saying you would be 250 or above. It's pretty good.
Well, I have eligibility. I think with the new rules, it's 5
Well,
and
how about
5.
that? How's that knee gonna treat you?
Well, I'm scared to death, and I don't know how close we are to closing out the show, but there is one thing on golf we have to bring up before we close this out.
Yeah, so that's the fair foul I wanted to bring up for my golf round today. So thankfully had a day of leave, and I played 9 holes, walk 9 at a course here in Nashville, the Ted Rhodes Municipal Course.
Ted Rhodes Municipal Course.
Rhodes, like Cody Rhodes.
Ted Rhodes.
Yep.
Who is Ted Rhodes, Dan?
I don't know. I have no idea. Do you know?
I can find out. Continue with your story.
Yeah, so I showed up just trying to like as a walk on. I was actually very surprised by how crowded the parking lot was at a little after noon on a Wednesday, and it was pretty hot out too. It was like 85 degrees. I thought there would be no problem just being like a single pull cart getting on the course. I had to be on a wait list. Wasn't too long though. The starter was super nice. He's like, "Yep, just grab your stuff, take your name, like just hang around the clubhouse, and we'll call you." And I probably waited like 20 minutes. Got paired with a really nice group. It was like 2 younger guys who were buddies, and then an older, not older gentleman. He's probably my age. But it was one of the guys he was not good, like beginner, like just trying out golf, and like he was like missing the ball like multiple times, like on the tee box. And I joined them, so like I was just doing that, whatever. I had nowhere to be. I was just playing 9. But so they all knew each other. One of the guys is like, "Hey, like I got 3 kids and a wife at home. Like I gotta go ahead. Like I can't like just be waiting here watching you swing and miss." And the group ahead of us, I got like they were they were probably on the green of the other hole when we were still on the tee box of the preceding hole. So he's just like, I'm gonna keep going. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to like wait around for this. So like we split into like twosomes. If there had been a ranger out, that would have been a no-go. But fair foul.
I think that's fair. If you had that much space in between, I think go ahead and showing some initiative there. It keeps pace of play to some degree, and optics matter there. So like if the ranger was out there, you would see people on green.
Yeah.
People on fairway.
I don't think it would have played well though, splitting up into like 2 groups.
2 twosomes?
Yeah.
Now,
but I felt like I wanted the guy. It's like yeah, the only way you're gonna get better is like playing. But like at a certain point, like you got put in the pocket, brother.
What was there anything unique about this golf course?
I know where you're going, and no, there wasn't.
You asked who Ted Rhodes was, I can tell you who Ted Rhodes was when you
Please
booked this
do.
tee time with Ted Rhodes. Ted Rhodes is the nation's first black professional golfer who was born in Nashville. He is
Oh,
recognized as the first African American professional golfer.
first professional African American golfer.
Yes.
That's cool. I wish I had known that.
That would have made more sense, wouldn't it, in the long run?
I think it would have. Yeah. I think it would have. Whoa. We got some commentary from Mr. Chris Lewis. Make your money on the weekday games. Foul from the jump as an individual walk-on from the jump. You can't just say, "Hey, you got space for someone?" What do you think, Braxton? Fair? Like, that's not foul.
He's saying it's foul that you just rolled up anyway.
Yeah.
Well, he's a big reservation guy. He
Okay.
gets stressed out. It could be a restaurant that doesn't take reservations, and he's going to feel weird that he doesn't have a reservation to the Applebee's. He likes to know that his spot's secured.
That's an interesting idiosyncrasy of the Mad Hatter that I think we might have to discuss the next time he's a guest.
He likes to know that he is secured in where he's going, and he does not have to find himself in a situation that he does not want. He wants to know.
Will he not go to like a restaurant that does not take reservations?
So, I mean, all I know is, the girls had their dance recital, and it was at 6:00, which is an odd time for small children. It was at 6:30 actually, 6 or 6:30 in Richmond Hill. We had to be there at 5:20, and so we're like, hey, we're gonna eat dinner before instead of after. But the thing about Richmond Hill is like those restaurants don't open until like 4:35. Mm-hmm. And I know like all the way up to the day prior, he's like, hey, do I need to book a reservation? Have you all got a reservation? And I was like, dude,
stressing you out, right?
Yeah, like we can't. The reservation is not going to work. We have to go somewhere that's open and have a reservation. And like he didn't make a big deal about it, but I know probably in the back of his head he's like, we probably need a reservation.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be shocked if he might have had an auxiliary reservation just in case that we didn't know about. It wouldn't shock.
You got to have an alternate in the pace plan.
I bet he probably had a reservation just in case something fell through.
I love this, man. Just rolling up all willy-nilly. Mad Hatter. I feel it's a very common practice at like all golf clubs.
The only place I've ever gone to a golf course without a tee time is two places. Taylor Creek here on Post and Charleston Municipal Course. As a college student, but I showed up to do twilight golf.
Yeah.
But if I was playing on a Saturday or something like that, like during the middle of the day.
Oh, yeah. No, weekend, like no shot. Like
yeah, but you're still showing up like middle of the day on Wednesday. So like it you would expect to get a tee time. I mean, I'm not all the way siding with him, but like I would think a tee time, like, at least a phone call or the Google search would have been had.
I think it's never in my life seen that.
You didn't know he was as passionate about tee times at the golf course.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I think we should invite him to go golfing and tell him that we got a tee time, and then just show up with like, hey, we're trying to walk on and see how he reacts.
He would be an absolute blender the whole round.
He wouldn't be able to hit a ball after that. He would feel rushed from the whole start.
Oh, we gotta do that. We definitely gotta do that. Never in my life seen that. Oh, wow. I guess you're at very nice country clubs, Mr. Lewis, and not playing at Ted Rhodes Municipal. Your mother says he would leave if we did that to him.
He wouldn't swipe his card. He'd probably feel rushed trying to swipe his card because he wasn't supposed to be there at that time.
Probably get his food at a ball without his table being called. Wow. That's an allegation. Soldiers eat first, Mr. Lewis. Soldiers eat first.
Okay, so I'll tell on him here. And we haven't discussed this, so this is their chance to refute because this is just what I saw. Oh. This is just what I saw. So this is their chance to refute. And it was hilarious. So at the game, my parents had seats. Trey, my buddy, and his dad had seats
What game?
together.
What game?
The Citadel Oklahoma game.
Okay.
And then I had a single seat, and we're all like section 7, 8, 9, like all different sections. And so we get in the game, and me and Trey are standing on the right field line watching Oklahoma warm up, just checking their guys out.
Mm-hmm.
And here my parents emerge, and they're like, "We got a problem." Like, what's the problem? And like, people are sitting in our seats. And here's the thing, like, you know, these like baseball regionals, when it's not the home team playing, like it's pretty wide open. Like it's, yeah, you pay for your seat, but it's pretty much get in where you fit in. And I had said to him, I was like, you know, because Trey had been there the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, Trey pretty much said like, you know, people start out in their seats with,
like,
after like the first pitch, pretty much everyone just congregates in the center of the stadium. But get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
And this, like, I think Tarp's still on the field. Like we're 45 minutes out. And we were sitting there. They're pretty much like, all right, well, we're gonna go get our seats. I kid you not, Dave. So we get done watching them Oklahoma warm up. There's still 30 minutes of game time. I'm walking just to find. I just want to locate my seat.
Yeah.
And our seats we're like 7 seats apart. We're different sections, but like there's like 7 seats between mine and theirs. The stadium's empty, but where my parents were sitting down, there's like 4 or 5 people behind them sitting, and then I'm presuming the people they kicked out of their seats had then just stood up on either side of my parents and continued their conversation. And I don't know if that's true. That's just what I saw, and I'm curious now to get their feedback if that's what happened.
Oh my goodness!
Because I could imagine how mad he was when he, you know, reclaimed his seat that he paid for, rightfully so, and they just decided to stand up. I'm talking inches from him to continue their conversation. And I don't know how that played out.
So we do have the delay on the chat, but your mother has replied, Miss Amy Lewis. Your father does like his assigned seat paid for seating, so that's important.
No, that's completely.
And then my problem was your father. So I guess we'll get a little bit more explanation on that.
I mean, that's just what I saw.
Yeah,
and here she is.
Those guys standing came up after. We only kicked one guy out of seats.
Oh, okay.
I'm just envisioning, like, for whatever reason, there's
they were standing
2
right
people in your parents' seats, and then there's just empty. They're like an island.
So
like, that's like what I'm envisioning.
This section, and this is where I'm defending them, is
Mm-hmm.
the whole stadium was empty, even their sections. But they're sitting in their seats they paid for, completely valid. But there was a group of five sitting directly behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would say is, unless they knew those people, the 2 people who were standing talking to people behind them, they were entirely too close, to be completely fair. Like, I was uncomfortable how close they were standing, having that conversation.
I said you were in my seat, and he said, "Oh, it is. To beat it all, it was the Citadel 90 World Series team."
So he kicked legends of the campus. Legends of the campus. He kicked out of their seats at the regional.
Hey, you're in my seat. Only that would happen to the Mad Hatter.
He's kicking out legends.
Citadel legends.
The next thing you know, he's gonna kick your Greyhound bus.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna file that away though. Mad Hatter is big on a reservation assigned seating.
Yes. Now, to close out and get back on golf, I have another announcement I want to make.
Okay.
I think the official ticker has us at our official golf matches. You and I are 1-1 because remember we combined the Charleston trip because it was a split thing. So Charleston, you left Charleston as a winner.
Uh-oh. We lost Braxton.
Uh-oh.
Yep, you're good. Oh.
Can you see me?
1 second. I can see you. The YouTubes have temporarily gone down. I think we're good.
It says no data.
Oh, we're back.
We're back?
Yep.
Cool. So you won in Charleston. I won at Black Creek. What's it called?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
So we're 1-1. Now, obviously, I've been on the shelf since November. I haven't golfed since October.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm prepared right now to lay it all on the line for the match, the tiebreaker match. Now, February 10th, 2027 will be 1 year post-op.
Okay.
So I am right now saying I think we should go ahead and put in leave. But I am prepared for May 15th.
Okay.
Will be our match.
Yep.
Of all matches.
All
and
right.
we're going to do it right. And I'll go a step further.
Okay.
I don't think I will play a single round of golf before May 15th. I will only work on the range, and I will still come out and beat you by I'm gonna set the line at 4.5 strokes.
That's bulletin board material. Thank you. Where do you want to do this? Should we do it like the Hermitage or something?
Somewhere nice.
Yeah, the Hermitage.
Hermitage is not. That's where that guy, the Chris. This is Golf Shop Chris. That guy kind of gets on my nerves. Do you like that guy?
I don't know if I know who that is.
Golf Shop. This is Chris. He's famous on Facebook. He works at the Hermitage. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, we could do the Hermitage. I was thinking, what if we could get on at Valhalla?
Whoa, that would be cool.
They do a military thing.
Yeah.
I did call.
Braxton broke up again. Oh, and we lost Braxton. I think that is the sign that we're gonna sign off for tonight. So thank you, everyone, our award-winning listeners, and have a great night.